right, so today we're focusing on the art of allowing. The art of allowing is basically the art of least resistance. So the whole idea behind this is that the more resistance you create for yourself, the further you move away, or you actually push yourself away, unknowingly, of course, from source. So you basically, let's just say you disconnect yourself. The more resistance you create from not allowing, you separate yourself from source. You distance yourself from source. So with the art of allowing, you have to understand that you must practice being able to let go and let God, so to speak. Let go, let God. So most of us, when we're trying to manifest something in our lives, we follow the basic laws and the basic understanding of them, but we never truly allow, okay, or let go. We never truly allow. And the problem, what happens here is when you don't allow or let go, then you're basically telling the universe you don't trust that it is smart enough, wise enough, good enough to bring to you the things that you so desire. With the art of allowing, you're letting go of trying to control circumstances and situations and events, or how they unfold. So the way it works, the way allowing works, in a little more detailed explanation or example, would be when you take, let's say you're trying to manifest a desire or want, and you say, okay, you put the intent in your mind, which is clarity, and you say, this is what I want, and my intent is to travel to the Bahamas this year, before the end of this year, for 2 weeks. So you put that out there, and you say you don't know how. You got to put in your mind that you don't know how you're gonna make it happen, because maybe financially you don't have the money, but and maybe just that you don't have the time from work and whatnot. So then what I'm saying is, outside some circumstance situations don't appear to match up with your intent or want or desire, but it doesn't have to. That's the power of belief, right? You don't worry about that. Those are the in-betweens. We talked about that in a previous recording. So what you focus on is you know what you want, you put it out there, and then you allow. You just allow the universe to align circumstance situations to bring to you the things that need to be in place to make the reality of you having that trip to the Bahamas a reality or a fact. Okay? Most of us will try to control the in-between. We'll do so much work, because you always hear a lot of teachers says you have to take action. The universe loves speed, and we'll make another recording on the law of speed. That's very important and very misconstrued, very confusing to many. I had difficulties with that in the beginning, but yet it's a very important part of the universal laws. Okay? One thing I like to note real quick is that, and not to get away from what I'm talking about, the art of allowing, is that there are so many there's these different laws that create the mindset or the formula, which leads to the mindset. But there are these little nuances that they don't teach you in books. These little parts that only those who have had the experience understand and know them. And just knowing these little nuances can make such a difference in the success in applying the universal laws and in developing that mindset. So I just want to make that. I just wanted to put that out there. We'll talk more about that at some other point, another video. Stay tuned. So with the art of allowing, most of us, like I stated previously, is that we try to control. Now, let me clarify. Yes, you have to take an action. The outside action should be in alignment with your desire. The outside action should match your internal desire. Because you're taking an action when you're making a choice. But it's not a physical action. That's another misconception, that we have to take a physical action all the time. The first action is to make a choice. That's a spiritual action, right? Or mental action, whatever you want to call it. So you take that action or that intent, and you make that determination that no matter what, this is what I'm going to have. It's a finite decision. It's not a complicated, it's not mixed up. No, it's a finite decision. A finite decision, like I used this terminology before and I say it again, is absolute clarity. A finite decision is absolute clarity. I repeat that just for you to know what I'm saying, if I can stick in the mind. So when you're, most of the individuals who are trying to manifest, who are not allowing, and who try to take some kind of action, they say, okay, well, I'm gonna put the intent, I'm gonna put this out there, and then I'm gonna let it go. And then they start thinking about it, and they're like, well, maybe I didn't do enough. And then it's like, well, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. And they start questioning, and they start taking what I call force action. Force action is when you're trying to make things happen and you're not allowing it to just flow. You see, when you allow, the universe will align with the desire and create inspired action. Inspired action is when you put the intent out, you allow or let go, and then you don't worry about it. You just choose to believe and let it go. You like to forget it. Okay? And then you allow. And what you're doing is you're allowing the absolute faith in the universe to do whatever it needs to do. I call it, the in-betweens. That's the universe's domain. That's God's domain. That's not our business. Because in the in-betweens, just to clarify, circumstances, situations, they have to move. They have to change. They have to be aligned. The physical, the spiritual, all that stuff has to be aligned. God, source, will align all that stuff. That's out of our domain. That's none of our business. But when you're not allowing, you're trying to get into God or source's business. You're trying to control. And again, we spoke before in a previous recording. Control is but an illusion. It's the biggest illusion. And the sooner you realize that, and the sooner you become aware of it, and the sooner you start taking action to move away from it. And if you have any desire to know a little bit more how we can go about doing that, you know, put some comments, request another video on that, and I'll make that video. But that's what's happening. We try to control the in-betweens. Think of it this way. Here's a better example. Let's say you take a seed, right? And you plant that seed. Maybe it's a tree. Maybe it's a plant. It doesn't matter. Seed. You plant that seed into the ground. And let's say you know that this particular seed, whatever it is you're growing, let's say, let's make believe and say that in 6 months you know that it's gonna grow. Now, you should be able to just plant that seed and let it go and say it'll grow when it grows. See, that's the right mindset. It'll grow when it grows. That's allowing. Okay? Not allowing is when you plant that seed and then you're like watching it. Did it grow yet? Did it grow yet? Did it grow yet? And then you go and you like dig it out. Like, did I, is it the right soil? Did I feed it enough? Did I bury it deep enough? Like, you're questioning every action. You're questioning everything about what you just literally did. You see, when you're putting the intent out there, I'm gonna use the scenario as planting the seed. This is what you got to do. This is the kind of mindset you got to have. You got to say, okay, this is what I want. I know this. I want this tree to grow big. I know it's gonna grow big, and that's it. I plant the seed. Boom. Plant it. You cover. You bring. In the beginning, you're clear. You make sure that it's a good soil. You make sure all the detail. You do the best to learn the details and whatnot. You pick a good spot. Plant soil. Give it some of that evergreen stuff, whatever, that stuff that helps the plants grow, grow quicker, nicer. But give it some of that stuff, And then once you do that and put it in a spot where it's gonna get enough sunlight, if it, that's you have to water it. You water it once in a while, how much you need to water it, and that's it. You concern yourself with that, and that's it. The rest, you go out through your day. I gotta water plants, boom, and that's it. If it rains out, I'm gonna worry about it, and you forget it, because you're forgetting it or letting go, or the law of allowing is basically you're taking your desire, you're taking your intent, and you're putting it in the hands of the universe, and says, I know it is done. You know what I'm saying? I know this is already mine. So boom, I got nothing to worry about. I got nothing to question. This is done. And then boom, you put it in the hands of the universe, knowing that you're it's gonna come. It's already done. It's already there for you. And so you just literally allow or let go. Just allowing the universe to do what it needs to do, to arrange what it needs to arrange, to change circumstance situations. That's its business. You go about your business. Start thinking about the next thing you want to manifest. Start paying attention to other things. Start working more on who and what you are. Start living your life. Start being in the moment. Start enjoying life. Go smell the roses. Go work out. Go do something else. But let that be. Let it be. Allow the universe to work its magic. It wants to work for you, not against you. When you're not allowing, you're not truly letting go and let God, again, so to speak, or letting universe to do its work, to do its magic. And when you're not allowing, you're causing resistance, because resistance in any form is not a higher vibration, and higher vibration is not the domain of God or source. Source is the highest vibration out there in the universe. So if you want to create, you gotta change how you think. This is why the mindset or the formula is in existence. This is why I'm teaching you these things, so that you can change your vibration to the highest frequency possible. And the more you can change that vibration to the highest frequency possible, the more you're going to be connected directly with source, and your manifestations will be so quick, so instant, that people are going to think that you're doing some kind of magic. Some people are going to be so scared. I'm like, this guy he put something in his mind, boom. And I'm telling you, I have a mentor, Mary Kay Schlesinger Rich. I never seen anyone manifest like that. She'll think of something and boom, and next thing you know, you see it. And I'm like, wait a minute, she just said that. And I lived with her for a while, and I studied, and I watched how she was able to do this. Boom, boom, boom. It is real. And now, I am able to do that. I have to watch my thoughts constantly and keep myself in a detached state, because that's a much safer place. And just, than just letting my emotions be sporadic and focus on anything that bothers me, just reacting to any negative stimuli. No, because I understand that anytime I'm giving energy to anything, I'm just basically feeding that and bringing more of that to me, whether I want it or not. So I'd rather be aware of my thoughts and give my energy to the things that I want. And know that that's the law of expectation. We'll cover that some other time, to expect those things that you're putting your energy to, or your thoughts. Okay, so again, I just want you to know about the law of allowing. It's a great law. It's something that most of us don't do, something that most of us don't know about. And again, you just want to totally let go, let God, and not try to control anything. Just put it out, put your intent out there, and allow and trust and know that it is for you, and the universe is going to bring the highest good for you. As always, this is Ray. Love and peace. Have a good day.